What's up, Gemini? This is Soul from Intuitive Tarot, here to look at your week ahead starting May 19th, 2025. Gemini, I hope all is well. Um, Welcome any new subscribers to my channel. I appreciate you. The deck that I'm using, of course, will be listed in the description box. Just going to cleanse the energies here from Dawn Taurus's powerful messages for the week. Not reading any reversals here for you. And I do want to wish all my twins who may be celebrating their birthdays this week a very happy and safe birthday celebration, as we are going to be moving into Gemini territory, Gemini energy. All right, so what's coming up for my twins this week? What is the potential energy for Gemini? What are the messages here for Gemini? All right, let's give it a cut and begin your messages, Gemini. And like I said in Taurus's, I mentioned in Taurus's video, if guys want me to do something, have a suggestion and wanted me to do something in terms of the readings, maybe the layout or whatever, just throw in your comments. I'm open to all suggestions and just trying, things differently and new. All right, so we're going to start off with you're going to start off with the Magician like Taurus did. All right, so you see me shuffle the deck, so it's something that's meant for you. All right, so there's two sides of the Magician that I always read. The first side is the positive side, and it's always about manifestation, Gemini, your wants and your desires. So, what do you want? What do you desire to happen or occur for you in your life? Do you want a new relationship? Do you want a better job? You want to change careers? You want to purchase a home? Anything. If you are into manifesting and the type of way that you manifest is usually through the prayers, mantras, and affirmations that you do possibly on a daily basis, monthly basis, however you do it, that suits you, throwing that energy out there to the universe or the source of your higher, whoever you pray to, and just leave it alone. Stay in alignment with that energy and just going about your business, and know that, whatever it is that you're wanting or desiring to occur or happen in your life, it's going to come to you eventually. You just have to be patient and keep the faith that it will. All right, so the negative side here, I treat this as an actual person, so we still have to be careful of strangers, romantic partners, family members, and friends who are into nothing more but trying to control you, Gemini, manipulate you, or extract from you. All right, use your best judgment, be discerning here always to know who is trying to do what to you, and if it's not in an alignment with your own energies, then they're trying to do something else. All right. So anyway, following the Magician, we have the Eight of Pentacles. So money is looking good for some twins out there that I'm reading for. Even number of Pentacles. So it's more balanced energy. So that balanced energy that I talk about could be stretched out into other areas of your life. This still could be that you go through the week focusing on the details of whatever it is that you do in terms of work, or it could be for anyone that I'm reading for still achieving a job offer, a promotion, or some sort of pay raise or bonus money. Following the Eight of Pentacles, now we have the Six of Swords. Six of Swords is there could be some energy here that you may have dealt with on a stress level. Doesn't necessarily have to be a high stress level, but that energy is definitely moving away from you now. Things are calming down, possibly clearing away from you. Some of this energy here could relate to some, Gemini seriously taking up some sort of consideration about relocating or moving to a different area. Some twins that I'm reading for also too could be traveling this week. It could be work related. It could be vacationing. And if you are, you're going to be safe to and from. All right. So following the Six of Swords, and I always throw in too with there's some sort of decision to move. It may or may not be involving any purchases of land or property, but it could be. Now we have the Five of Swords, trying to sort something out here, Gemini, on a minor scale, internalized stuff that you need to, maybe there's several things going on with you this week that you need to sort out, and you just need to narrow that energy down to one, possibly. So it's maybe causing some sort of conflicting energies internally. On the external end, it could be just people, messing with your head, mind games. I always say don't allow those people to mess with your headspace. And then also, too, Gemini, you may possess or own something that someone is envious of. Queen of Pentacles, again, the money is strong here. So, again, this could be Gemini's money situation finally improving, or there's some sort of improvement that's about to come. This is, of course, could be yeah, could be promotion, a job offer again, promotion, bonus money, pay raises. This will, of course, be the boss in the workplace and environment, the creditors. So it may be a great time to ask favors from, the boss and or apply for credit. This is any Gemini who may be running their own businesses, resources, and money looking good or available. And then it could be, because it is a court card, that the energy of how people view you on a regular basis, that you're the Gemini who is dependable, reliable, never selfish, never coming across stingy, loving the finer things in life, good money handler, but always willing to share that energy. All right, so that is the Queen of Pentacles. Up next, now we have the Devil. So, the major arcana of the Devil is here. And, when the Devil shows up in the spread, it's usually some sort of talks that we have to have, Gemini, bringing that energy up to the surface and ridding ourselves, or at least acknowledging to ourselves any bad habits that we need to rid ourselves of. If we're dealing with any toxic relationships, if we're dealing with any unrequited love, if we're dealing with any obsessions, any addictions, drinking, smoking, gambling, could be sex, could be excessive pornography, it could be FWBs. And in this instance here, we want to be able to, have talks about that is detrimental to us, and then sort of work on those energies to rid ourselves of it, because the devil comes in to stronghold you, throwing in or casting in that energy to make you believe certain things or it's real when they're really not. It's just the cast of energy that he throws out there. So you want to break the chains of anything that's restricting you, holding you back. That would be the devil. Okay, so there's some talks that we need to have, Gemini. Now, on the negative end, because it sits underneath that Magician, that could be what I was referring to in terms of family members, friends, romantic partners, as well as strangers trying to, extract something from you. Okay, manipulate you or control you in some way. Okay, that could be all because of the devil's influence. Up next, now we have the Seven of Pentacles. More money is showing up here for you, Gemini, and it just means that some of you may be also, too, not only paying attention to the details of the work that you do, but also putting in that grind, getting that money. This still could be a pay raise. This could be bonus money. Saving up for something greater. And I always use the Seven of Pentacles as spreading out some energy where multiple options could be opening up for you. So, definitely be on the lookout for anything opportunistic this week. Doesn't always have to involve money, but it could be something else that's opportune, that prevents or prevails to be an opportunity for you. Okay. Up next now is look at this, the Prince of Pentacles, the Knight of Pentacles. Wow. Now, this is one of my financial independent cards here. Either you're striving to be Gemini or you already are. So again, with the money card showing up here in your spread, yeah, the focus for some of you this week in terms of the reading may be just on the money. Okay, money is very strong and looking very good. So what I can say about this Prince of Pentacles is the same thing. It's a job offer, contract offer. Okay, like the Queen, dependable, reliable, good money handler. All right, so that's the Prince of Pentacles. I also can, add in some additional information here because it sits underneath the Six of Swords in terms of what I'm maybe seeing. Someone may be moving or relocating for a job in a different area. Okay, so that could have been you took a job or you were hired for a job. Could be working for the same company, but they're sending you somewhere else and it's in a different area. That could be what I'm seeing here. Following the Prince of Pentacles, now we have the Strength card, Major Arcana. So energies here related to strength, courage, power, uh, you own it this week. Okay, ain't nothing going to stop you or prevent you or any obstacles um, heating you from doing whatever you need to do in terms of achievement. This is a card that always warrants that type of energy here. So, feeling courageous, like I said before, powerful, strength, very passionate, very intense. And of course, any types of sexual expression is always welcomed with this strength card. Okay. But there are no fears here, no obstacles or challenges that you will not be able to overcome. Last card, well, it's not the last card. Now you've drawn the Three of Swords here. So Taurus have drawn the Three of Swords, and so funny too, because you have to look at the video, Gemini, because I said whenever there are pentacles in a spread and the Three of Swords shows up here, we talk about job separation, retirement, companies laying off, companies downsizing. So I just mentioned that I just saw this morning where I saw Microsoft was laying off 6,000 workers. But I had predicted that in one of the videos last week because, again, when I get the pentacles with the swords, that's what I see. So it could be something, again, occurring that relates to that for next week when there's companies here who are downsizing, who are, laying off. It could be closing up. Someone could be retiring from work. That creates heartache and grief because you're leaving your work family and you're moving on, whether it's through retirement or to another job. Typically, the Three of Swords just means that there could be three painful decisions or choices for you to make. It's third party in play, of course, when it comes to romance. Pet loss, always throw that in there. Pet gets away, family is left grieving. Couples who may be still together, but there may be some sort of distance that separates you that brings on the grief. Okay, conflicting energies with family members, friends, romantic partners, divorces, pending divorces. But we're going to shuffle the deck here. Last week I didn't do that. I just took the next card from the top to get a clarification. But why is the Three of Swords here in Gemini spread? Okay, and then also too, the Three of Swords mirrors over there to that Devil. That could have some sort of strong significance when it comes to any types of unrequited love, any types of acknowledging that you are, if it's not you or someone else that you're close to, suffering from some sort of addiction, some sort of obsession. Could be anything involving, of course, drinking, drugs. Um, you find out about a person. Excuse me. Excuse me, Gemini. I'm so sorry. That had to come out. But anyway, found out about a person or persons. This could be anything related to, your work. So yeah, but why did the Three of Swords show up here for Gemini? Let's see if we can get some sort of clarification. Four Wands. Four Wands is, and what I said in Taurus's video here in terms of trying to clarify now, anytime I throw a clarification on a card that's negative, especially the Three of Swords, and whatever I say doesn't mean that it's something that is actually occurring. I just give you the best impression that I can. But how I like to do it is I always read the positive of the card and the negative of the card that is being asked to clarify it. And then we try to piece it together to see what we can come up with. So the Four Wands typically is the happiness card, right? And then along with that, that's engagements, that's proposals, that's relocating to different areas, that's celebrating birthdays, anniversaries, always the shared happiness with others inside of structure of a building. So the Three of Swords could mean there's a split or someone's moving out of a home. Um, it could be that there is someone, definitely separating in terms of a divorce or a pending divorce. The home environment has been shattered, creating the Three of Swords energy, the happiness. For whatever conflicting energies that presented itself. Maybe the engagement was called off. Maybe the proposal never took place. The wedding was called off. some form of celebration here that I get has either been called off or it created some sort of grief. Okay, so that's again what I come up with. So, you can take it for what it's worth. But yeah, I'm going to leave it at that. But I'm going to throw some additional energies here for you, Gemini, this week. And we got the Six of Cups. Six of Cups is going down memory lane, feeling nostalgic. Of course, for any Gemini that I'm reading for, the Six of Cups in terms of equality. Emotionally, what you give is what you're going to get back this week. For those Geminis who have people that are still living that you may not have seen in a long period of time, family members, friends, romantic partners, well, people that you were linked with romantically. Do not be surprised if, these people or individuals reach out to you this week. Usually that's the feel that I get. And they could be just, trying to communicate, catch up, because it's been a long time. And then also too, this could be a week for some Geminis that I'm reading for where you go into memorializing type of energy for someone that you knew or was close to, but now they're over in spirit. So I would assign the dates to that type of energy, beginning May 19th and ending maybe June, what is it, June 4th? It's 7 days. It's usually 7 days. So whatever the 7 day end is, I'm not really sure, because I know this week starts the 19th. So it would be June 5th or something like that, or June 4th. I could be wrong. Involving their passing date or their birthdays. Okay. And again, that's just something I come up with. That's not something that's set in stone. Following the Six of Cups, now we have Judgment. Major Arcana Judgment is here in your spread. This is the Awakening card. Things hidden in the dark may come to the light for you. Uh, that could be self-discovery, some things that you discover about yourself that you didn't know you possessed or, had the capability of. Gemini could be positive or negative, and some things that you may discover about some other people that you didn't know before. That too could be positive or negative. However, there is energy of spiritual protection surrounding you this entire week. Also, too, there could be something that you move forward with that maybe in the recent past that you didn't have the time or the resources to move about, but now the energy here seems to be open and freely. So you may be doing that this week as well, making sure that you are always maintaining a positive aspect of your own energies and the energies of others, and you should be okay because this card here still represents karma. Whatever energy you put out there is what's going to come back to you, whether it's good or bad. All right, so last card in this deck for you now is the Nine of Pentacles. So again, we got more money. So the focus again for some Geminis that I'm reading for may be just on the money aspect, either achieving or already, what you have. There's a lot of stability though. I can tell you that there's a lot of money stability. Nine of Pentacles, however, is being recognized for some energies that you've done. That could come straight from your employer in terms of a promotion, pay raise, bonus money, right? Something that you worked hard for. Now, the energy suggests that you sit back, relax, and enjoy the benefits of what you put out there. Now, if it's not involving your employer, maybe it's something that you've done outside of your employment, and then you worked hard on something. It could be you worked hard on your own energies and you made some sort of vast improvements. It could be that you achieved some sort of financial wealth on your own also. I also read the Nine of Pentacles as spending and splurging, and so much so that if you have access to this type of money, Gemini, and you want to splurge or you want to spend on yourself or splurge or spend on others, do so. You're not to feel guilty about it because this card always comes through to remind you that you are deserving of something that you worked hard for. All right, so this is what I have for you this week, Gemini. Just remember, again, it's me interpreting these messages here for you. Leave the rest alone. Take what you need and leave the rest alone. You guys have a safe, great week ahead. Happy birthday once again to the twins that are celebrating their birthday this week. Always come back here to get more of these messages from me. Don't forget to like, subscribe, okay, to my channel if you haven't already. Throw the comments in if you want me to do something completely different in terms of the format of the readings for the week. All right. Otherwise, I'll talk to you soon. Ciao.